once again to Scorpion Cigar Reviews, the grilling edition. Got the coals getting heated up in the background there, and you can see my trusty sidekick is keeping a watchful eye. As usual, I had to clean a rodent nest. I believe it was chipmunks this time. Had made a nest in my grill. I tell you, if I let it sit more than 2 or 3 days, I end up with a nest in it, year round. Anyway, today I will be reviewing the Surrogates Skull Breaker. Now, I have reviewed this cigar once before when they first came out to my local tobacconist. It was a couple years ago. And I absolutely loved this cigar back then. So we'll see if there's consistency and if I can love it again. Be back in a bit. Alright, I picked this up at my local tobacconist last week, I believe it was. $7.90. Little, not really a torpedo, but I guess something along those lines. Kind of uneven, no big deal. Definitely a toothy wrapper, very dark espresso color. Almost black. Some veins, very tight seams. Good pack, has just a little bit of give to it, just the way I like it. A little bit of cedar, hint of leather. A little bit of tobacco notes on the wrapper. The nose has some bread dough, leather. A little more of that cedar spice. Okay. Using my trusty Cigar again today. Now, the nice thing about the pointed torpedo type or perfectos or different things like that, you can adjust the draw as long as it's not a packing issue by how much you cut off the cap. So start small and go big if you need to. It's going to be a good draw. Good airflow. Didn't take too much off. A little more of that cedar spice and a little bit of leather. That's about all I'm getting right now. Alright. Using my Cigar double flame torch lighter. Alright, looks good. Off the bat, you get that initial blast of pepper on the retrohale. It's a very hot pepper. It's not like a peppery pepper, like peppercorns. It's more of a, not really a cayenne, but maybe more like a red chili or something. Something really hot on the retrohale. Alright, I'm going to let this heat up and I'll come back in the first third. See you in a bit. Alright, so I've placed the corn on the grill. Adjust the height of the coals a little bit. Try that. Let that heat up a little bit more before I put the meat on. We've got our nice chops here. Good and thawed out. Go ahead and close the lid and so we'll let that heat up a little bit more, get a good temperature going before we place the meat on. Alright, we're off to a good start. Here we are about, must be about 20, I guess about 20 minutes in. I had, oh, I don't know, not quite 3/4 of an inch of ash. I set the cigar down in the ashtray to bring out the meat and that kind of thing, and just getting stuff situated with grilling, and the smoke had become very thin. It was trying to go out. I had to take 4 or 5 draws to get any smoke to come through, so I touched it up a little bit, and just when I started getting a good draw of smoke, the ash fell off. Doesn't necessarily mean there's a problem as far as the ash being loose and flaky. Often that'll happen if a cigar goes out and you relight it. That pepper note is really mellowed down very substantially. It's still there, just nowhere near the powerhouse that it was. Smoke's a little bit dry. Not really getting any of the flavors that I picked up on the nose or on the pre-light draw. For the most part, it's just a dry, peppery smoke. A very subtle hint, maybe some grilled meat way in the back. That's about it right now. Alright, I'll continue on, and I'll come back in the second third. See you in a bit. Alright, we're showing about 400 degrees on the thermometer here. Oh yeah, coals look real good. Nice glow there. I'm going to go ahead and rotate. Oh, there went the ball. Sorry there, dipstick. Rotate my corn 180 degrees. I'll get it for you in a minute, baby. I'll go ahead and put my pork chops on. Alright, there we have it. How's this heat feel? It's probably pretty good. Alright. Well, we'll let this heat up a bit, and we'll get back to the cigar review. Here we are about 45 minutes in the second third. A little bit of waviness to the ash, to the burn line, no big deal. Pretty good smoke output. Flavors are starting to come into their own. Definitely a bit of grilled meat in there. It's not the way I remembered this cigar from the first one I smoked. I've smoked a couple of others since that first one to now, and it's been my experience that they didn't hit me as well as the very first one I ever smoked. But whatever, that happens quite often. There's a lot of inconsistencies in blends. Smoke is still dry. I still have that hot pepper on the retrohale. There's something else going on in there. It's almost like a like a real spicy, not really a Cajun dish, but maybe a spicy Asian dish of some sort. You have to look for it. There's a lot of flavors that are just melded together in there. If I can get them to open up and pick each one out individually, I'd enjoy this cigar quite a bit more. But, you know, they may not open up. Just have to see what happens. I'll continue on and I'll come back in the final third. See you in a bit. Alright, I believe these are ready to flip. Oh yeah. Hope I'm not overcooking these. Be alright. Browning nicely. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and get my barbecue sauce together. Pour some into a bowl. Makes it a little easier to control how much I'm putting on. Alright. What I like to do is, while the other side's cooking, put a light coat of barbecue sauce on the side that's already been cooked. Then after the other side's had a chance to cook a bit, I'll flip it over and I'll bake the barbecue sauce on, and I'll paint the other side. And then I'll flip them over again and bake on this side. And then I'll let them cook a little bit, and at the end I'll put on a final coat of barbecue sauce on both sides and just kind of heat it up a little bit, let the flames kiss it just a little bit, and bring it in, ready to eat. Plus, I don't like to put too much on at one time. It just makes an awful mess of the grill. Now, I have two grills. I have a gas grill, stainless steel, real nice grill. And I have my charcoal grill. It's iron. A cooking surface, ceramic coated. I like to use this grill for doing my barbecue, because there's always something that drops down, and I don't like to gunk up the burners on my gas grill. I use that for steaks and rotisserie chicken and that type of thing. This, all the mess just drops down into the coals and you discard it. Not as much cleaning to have to worry about. Alright, I think that looks pretty good there. Alright, now I'm going to let this second side cook a little bit before I flip this. I'm going to get back to the cigar review. See you in a bit. Alright, I'm just about an hour in. I'm in the final third. A little bit of meatiness trying to come through. Starting to open up a little bit. There's an underlying, not really a sourness, but not really a, I guess more like a heavy, almost like a cardboard, not burning, but this may sound strange, but if you were to take a piece of cardboard or a heavy paper grocery bag, tear off a piece and put it in your mouth, just let it sit on your tongue, two things that happen. One, it sucks all the moisture out of your mouth. That's what this cigar is doing. And two, there'll be a taste, kind of a papery taste, but it's almost sour. Now, sour is one of the flavors that your taste buds on your tongue pick up. Now, that's why it's very important to retrohale when you're smoking your cigar, when you're trying to pick out all these flavors. If you don't retrohale, there's very little that you'll pick up from a cigar, flavor-wise. Your tongue will pick up sweet, salty, sour, and bitter. Those are the four things that your tongue can pick up. Those are the only four things that your tongue alone will pick up. All the other flavors, whether you're drinking something, eating something, smoking a cigar, whatever it is, the rest of that is picked up from the olfactory bulb in your sinuses. Now, what happens is your brain will compare the flavors your tongue pick up to what the olfactory nerve bulb picks up. It'll compare everything and give you the overall flavor of what you're getting. That's why when you have a head cold and you're all stopped up, nothing tastes right. You just don't enjoy your food, you don't enjoy your drink so much. Kind of useless to bother sampling an expensive whiskey or scotch, or to try a new dish, or to even smoke a cigar. Now, if you're simply just a smoker, doesn't matter. But if you smoke cigars for the enjoyment, for the relaxation, for picking up the various nuances that a cigar has to offer that you don't get from cigarettes, if you're all stopped up, you're not going to pick up any of these things. So if you smoke a cigar when you have a head cold, you're a smoker. You're not a cigar smoker, you're a smoker. That's all there is to it. Sorry, guys and gals. Whoa. Huge, huge blast of pepper. Wow. About knocked me out. Oh, my eyes are tearing. Woo. It's like I just bit into a red chili that was in a jar full of juice and was dripping. Oh man, that was quite a blast. Definitely some changes going on. All right, I'm going to continue on and I'll come back in the nub. See you in a bit. Alright. Getting dark out. Getting a little chilly too. Alright. The second side is browning nicely. Go ahead and flip it. Sticking a little bit there. Left a little meat on the grill there. These are shrinking up a bit too. Alright. I'll paint them with a good dose of barbecue sauce. Not too heavy. Don't want to make a big mess. But it's okay to go ahead and put a little bit more on the second side because it will cook while the other side's cooking. Just a little bit. Get it on the edges. These chops have gotten stiff. I attribute that to the quality of the meat. Sometimes I get better quality chops than I do at other times. And they're a little bit thinner. So they're drying up a little bit. Hopefully they'll not be dried up. That does happen from time to time. Alright. Go ahead and rotate my corn again. 90 degrees this time. The idea is to get as even of cooking as possible. Nice even heat. A little bit hotter in the center, but not too much hotter. Spread the coals around before I put anything on. So there we have it. I'm going to get back to the cigar review. We are about an hour and 20 minutes or so in. At the nub here, the ash is loose and flaky, and I have about an inch or so on there. I'm going to go ahead and tap it off. Yeah, it didn't even come off very nicely. But how the cigar has been going the whole way through. Loose, flaky ash. Chunks off kind of jaggedly. This cigar is medium, maybe medium full, depending on your palate, depending on your experience and how cigars hit you. It won't hit everybody the same. For me, it's a medium, maybe medium full. Starting to warm up a little bit, not bad. Starting to get soft. Not mushy, but definitely soft. The smoke is quite warm. A little bit of meatiness in there. Once again, that underlying sour, like cardboard type of thing going on. Definitely not like the very first one of these I ever smoked. Nowhere near as enjoyable. Not necessarily disappointed in the cigar, but maybe a little bit disappointed because I know it can be better, because I've had better of this same blend. A lot of inconsistencies within a blend. And that is exactly why I generally don't buy cigars by the box. Not that I never do, just generally I don't. I'm going to end this review here saying that the Surrogates Skull Breaker puts out a very dry smoke, a lot of spiciness. Early on, there was a lot of pepper, like a red chili. That mellowed out early on in the first third, mellowed way down. Didn't disappear, just mellowed way down. And that allowed some of the other flavors of that sourness. Subtle hints of grilled meat. And then later on in the cigar, late second third, early first third, there was that powerful blast of pepper. It hit me like a truck. It's mellowed out again, but it's definitely there. And some meatiness is starting to show through again. The bulk of this is that peppery blast on the retrohale. Who would I recommend this cigar to? Definitely an experienced cigar smoker. One for the price point of, what was it, $7.90, I believe it was. Yeah, $7.90. Not outrageous by any means on the price, but it's up there. There are definitely better cigars for less money. There are worse cigars for less money. There are worse cigars for more money. But at that price point, it might put off a new cigar smoker. The strength might put off a new cigar smoker. Someone without the experience may find this to be very full-bodied, and that pepper may just really put you off. Even if you think you like a spicy, peppery cigar, it's got quite a kick on that pepper. I've been smoking cigars for, I don't know, 9 years or so, on a regular basis. And sometimes that blast of spicy pepper will, not the spicy pepper, it's that hot pepper. Just a real punch in the face. That's even rough on me. If you're an experienced cigar smoker and you like that, then yeah, this is for you. If you don't like leather and nuts and kitchen spices and that type of thing, you're not getting that from this. So if you don't like those, this is for you. Thank you for once again watching Scorpion Cigar Reviews. I'll catch you next time. Let's check on those barbecued pork chops. Well, I wish I could get some better light on this for you. The light that I have isn't quite tall enough to cast over into the grill to where it shows nicely on the camera. I can see the chops, but I can also see that they're not showing on the camera real well. I'm going to go ahead and rotate my corn 180 degrees again. That will be the final side of the corn needing heat. Not a whole lot of heat way up here. I may end up putting them down closer to the burner. I'll go ahead and flip my meat over, and at the same time I'm going to move the meat closer together. On the final dousing of barbecue sauce, I'm going to kind of pour it on there, lay it on heavy. Did I do this one? Yeah, I did. And then this way, when they're nice and close like that, and I lay it on heavy, it's a little easier to get more on the meat and less down into the coals. Waste not, want not, as Captain Barbosa would say. To get some more barbecue sauce in my bowl here. Now, I usually like thicker chops. They're a little easier to cook, in my opinion. They don't dry out so much, they don't get so stiff. Nice and juicy. But these are thinner, cheaper cut. Alright, lay this on nice and thick. Now, you don't want to cook this off, you just want to warm it up. I'll just let this sit for a couple minutes. Not long at all. See if I can't get a little better angle. Yeah, there just simply isn't enough light for you to see that. Yeah, it's pretty dark. I'm going to flip these again. Now the other issue, since I was doing a cigar review, I didn't pay as close attention to the meat as I should have. I was focusing more on the cigar review. So my wife is probably going to be mad because the chops are going to be a little more cooked than what we like. A little bit more sauce. A little more sauce here. In the past, I have been known to just pour it on right from the bottle. And I found that I was wasting more of it than anything else. It would just clump up down there in the bottom of the grill. And I would go through a bottle. There's no need to go through an entire bottle when 75% of it's just falling down into the coals. Give this a good douse here. I think that looks pretty good. A little bit of sauce left in the bowl. I'll go ahead and save that so that when I pull them off the grill, I'll maybe brush to the top of them when they're on the plate. Just make it look all goopy and tasty. Alright, thanks for watching Scorpion Cigar Reviews Grilling Edition. Catch you next time.